Net Zero Standard released for financial institutions. For the first time, financial institutions can set science-based net zero targets aligned with the global 1.5 degrees pathway, following the release of the Science-Based Targets Initiative's SBTi Financial Institutions Net Zero Standard on July 22, 2025. The new framework provides science-backed, actionable guidance for banks, asset owners and managers, private equity firms, insurers, and capital markets actors to align their financial activities with climate goals. It enables institutions to play a leading role in limiting global warming and achieving net zero greenhouse gas (GHG) emissions by 2050 or sooner. Financial institutions have the ability to play a transformative role in the transition to net zero, said Alberto Carrillo Pineda, Chief Technical Officer at the SBTi, in the July 2025 release. Their influence on the global economy and ability to engage with their portfolios is unparalleled to accelerate the net zero transition. This robust, science-based standard will help financial institutions drive the net zero transformation all over the world. Clear targets for a complex sector. The standard builds on SBTi's corporate net zero standard and near-term criteria for financial institutions, but for the first time integrates both near and long-term requirements tailored to the unique activities and emissions challenges of the financial sector. The framework supports a broad set of financial activities, including lending, asset management and ownership, insurance underwriting, capital market issuance. Institutions are required to set near-term targets within 5 years and long-term targets for 2050 or earlier. These targets must be science-based and grounded in transparent GHG inventories. Portfolio alignment is emphasized over divestment. Institutions are encouraged to engage with high-emitting sectors and help transition them toward net zero. Innovations in the net zero standard. Some of the key innovations and requirements in the 2025 version include fossil fuel transition policy. Institutions must commit to the immediate cessation of new finance for coal expansion and end general-purpose finance for oil and gas expansion by 2030 at the latest. Deforestation exposure disclosure. Financial institutions are required to assess, monitor, and disclose deforestation exposure in their portfolios, and if significant, must publish an engagement plan by their next target renewal date. Built environment guidance recommends no financing for new buildings unless they are zero carbon ready and calls for increased financing of retrofits. Dual target pathways. Institutions can choose between setting sector-specific emissions targets, e.g., for real estate, fossil fuels, transportation, or using portfolio climate alignment targets that classify counterparties as in transition, climate solutions, or net zero state. Robust governance requirements. Net zero commitments must be approved by the institution's highest governing body and integrated into existing risk management and investment processes. Progress monitoring and revalidation. Institutions must publicly report annually and revalidate targets every cycle, including progress against fossil fuel and deforestation metrics. The engagement-first approach sets a new bar for the financial industry, said the SBTi in the published standard. Rather than immediate divestment, we emphasize transition strategies that finance solutions, shift capital, and deliver real-world emissions reductions. Designed for global uptake. The standard was developed over a 4-year process, including 2 public consultations and pilot testing by over 30 financial institutions. It has already generated widespread interest, with 135 institutions across 6 continents committing to the framework ahead of its launch. Importantly, the standard is interoperable with existing tools and standards, including Corporate Net Zero Standard, SBTi. Sector-specific guidance, e.g., for buildings, flag, steel, cement. Third-party methodologies such as those from PCEF, CDP, CREM, and Net Zero Data Public Utility. During the transition phase, effective until December 2026, institutions can choose to validate targets under either the near-term criteria or the new Net Zero Standard. Starting January 2027, the Net Zero Standard will become the required framework for both near and long-term target validation. What's next? Financial institutions are encouraged to begin the validation process by registering with SBTi Services, a wholly owned subsidiary managing the formal validation process. As investor pressure, regulatory scrutiny, and climate-related risks continue to mount, this standard offers financial institutions the structure and credibility needed to meet evolving expectations and demonstrate leadership in a decarbonizing global economy. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites from E+E Leader, where the business of sustainability meets real-world impact. Thanks for being a loyal listener. To inquire about brand partnership opportunities, reach out to a member of the E+E Leader team.